There's a moment coming, a moment unlike any other in human history, when the earth itself will split open, and from its depths will emerge a creature beyond mortal comprehension. This is not a beast of myth, not some fantastical monster from legend, but a being of divine purpose, a sign from God himself. It has been foretold in the Quran, this mysterious creature that will rise when the world has reached its final age, when corruption has spread so completely that truth and falsehood are nearly indistinguishable. And when it comes, it will not come in silence. It will speak. It will address humanity directly, with words that cut deeper than any sword, words that will leave no soul untouched. The question is, what will it say? And what will happen when humanity is forced to listen? This is no ordinary animal, no mere physical entity acting on instinct. Islamic tradition describes it as carrying the staff of Moses and the seal of Solomon, symbols of divine authority and judgment. It will emerge at a time when the world has abandoned all pretense of righteousness, when evil parades as virtue and truth is treated as a relic of the past. And its role will be devastatingly simple: to testify, to bear witness, to force humanity to confront what it has become. Imagine, if you can, standing before this creature, not as a spectator, not as someone merely hearing tales of the unseen, but as a soul laid bare. It turns to you, not with rage, not with blind fury, but with a terrifying, inescapable clarity. And it speaks. It does not shout. It does not need to. Its voice is the voice of final reckoning, the voice that echoes in the chambers of your own conscience, amplified 1,000-fold. You knew, it might say. You knew the truth, and you turned away. You heard the call of justice, and you silenced it. You saw the suffering of the innocent, and you chose convenience over courage. These will not be empty accusations. They will be confirmations of what you already know, of the sins you buried, the compromises you made, the times you told yourself, this doesn't matter, when deep down you knew it did. This is the true power of the beast, not in its appearance, not in its might, but in its words. Because words, when wielded by divine will, have the power to shatter illusions. Psychology tells us that the human mind is built on narratives, on stories we tell ourselves to justify our actions, to soften our guilt, to paint our weaknesses as strengths. But what happens when a being from beyond this world speaks with such piercing truth that every lie we've ever told ourselves collapses? What happens when there is no room left for denial? The Quran tells us that on that day, the earth itself will bear witness against humanity, that every hand, every foot, every atom of creation will testify to what we have done. The beast is merely the herald of this reality, the final, undeniable proof before the scales of justice are set. It will not discriminate. It will not bend its message for kings or paupers. Its words will be absolute, and in their wake there will be only two kinds of people: those who hear its speech and feel the weight of their own souls, and those who hear it and are filled with terror because they know, at last, that there is no escape from what they have done. And yet, there is something deeper here, something beyond mere punishment. This beast is not just an instrument of doom. It is a mercy, a last, desperate call to humanity before the door of repentance is sealed forever. Because even in that final hour, even as the beast speaks its devastating truths, there will still be a choice: to acknowledge, to submit, to finally, truly face oneself without the masks and the excuses. So the real question is not just what the beast will say, but what we will do when we hear it. Will we crumble under the weight of our own deeds? Will we rage against the truth, as so many have before? Or will we, in that final, fleeting moment, find the courage to say, yes, I have failed, I have sinned, but I acknowledge it now, before my Lord, before all of creation. Because the beast's greatest power is not in its ability to condemn, but in its ability to reveal, to strip away every illusion, every falsehood, every comforting lie we've ever told ourselves, until nothing remains but the raw, unvarnished truth of who we are. And in that truth, there is either salvation or ruin. The choice, as it has always been, is ours. But when the beast speaks, will we be ready to listen?